I've got some exciting news for all of you that my doctor just slammed down, just laid upon me after I had gotten an x-ray. As some of you may know, I went to go get an x-ray for the back pain that I've been continuously having for quite a number of months now, and I thought that back pain was related to a previous injury that I experienced several years ago when my brother threw me off of a bunk bed onto a huge tote of books and a number of other things that I ended up landing on, thrown down, slammed pretty hard, and I experienced back pain for quite a long time, although eventually, because I was young, it healed naturally. And now I found this pain having a resurgence, and I thought it was as a result of the back injury from way back when. Even though I hadn't experienced the pain in a long time, I thought that's what it was. Lo and behold, I found out that from the x-rays that they took and this tests and so on, that it was a kidney stone all along, lodged in there. I had a 10mm kidney stone, and this would make sense given the fact that during the beginning of summer I started pissing blood, and I probably should have been able to tell that there was something really wrong if I was pissing blood, but I've pissed blood before. I didn't think it was that big of a deal, I just kind of brushed it off, and so now I found myself with worse pain than ever before as a result of this kidney stone. And it can be felt in your abdomen, it can be felt in your back, oftentimes to the point of not being able to properly get up and move and so forth. I did this x-ray at the exact right time, because if I just let my back keep hurting like I was thinking of doing, I probably would not have known about this kidney stone until it was much, much worse. And I partly have school to thank for that, because I didn't even particularly care that I was experiencing so much back pain. I thought it was just going to eventually pass. But I had said I wanted to go see the doctor to go get an x-ray and see what it was, not because I was even that proactive in my health. It was mostly so I could get out of school that day. I wanted to have a reason to not go to school that day, and because of the fact that my back was hurting so much that I wasn't able to go to school. And so I used that strategically in order to get more days out, and that ended up having me get a test that found out what the real source of the issue was, that I would not have gotten that test if I had stayed in NEAT. I just wouldn't have cared as much. And so if there's one thing positive that's come out of going to school, it would probably be that. When I've told other people that I was pissing blood or that I had this constant pain, all of them reacted saying, "How did you not think to do something about this? Why was there not some kind of proactive decision that you made?" I just didn't care that much. I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but now, in a sort of inadvertent way, I've been forced into making better decisions. What's going to end up happening, they have to do these sound wave things, they're gonna put me to sleep, give me some kind of pain medicine, and then explode the rocks inside of my kidney. And they use this using some kind of sound motion technology. They explode them inside, if they get all of them, which a lot of the time they don't get all of the rocks, which can be really bad if you have to pee and there's little rocks in your piss. That's not good. And in that event, if it doesn't properly work, what they have to do is they have to basically stick a tube into your dick, get the stuff out, and explode the parts that haven't been properly exploded before. Something that was communicated to me was that you might have to have a tube in your dick for a week, potentially. There's all kinds of things that could go wrong, or that you might have to do for treatment, but it's more painful than childbirth. Actual childbirth, it's more painful, not just to experience, but to experience the surgery operation for, as well as the aftermath of it, when you're going to feel sore and icky afterwards. They may give you morphine or whatever to be able to deal with the pain, and even then it's still going to be pretty gnarly. So I'm not quite looking forward to that element of this treatment. I suppose this is probably the most interesting thing that's happened to me recently. I don't really know how to feel about this other than absolute confusion, because my dad got a kidney stone that was 2 millimeters, and even 2 millimeters is considered to be a lot, even though you can go up to, I believe it was 16 millimeters, and there are various complications that can go wrong with 2. It's very painful, even like 1 or half a millimeter, and yet I'm sitting here with 10 millimeters. That's me as a 17-year-old kid. I have 8 more millimeters on a grown-ass man who's had a much harder and more unhealthy life than I've had. Fucking bizarre. It is absolutely bizarre. It goes back to that video I made on why I hate the human body, that there are these random complications that do not have a coherent explanation that just happen. Randomly, it just happens. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, if this is painful already, how painful is it going to be when I have to get this 10 millimeter kidney stone removed? When they have to siphon that tube through my fucking dick, or, launch explosives off into my body. Like, it's weird. It's really, really weird. I guess after this surgery comes, I'm going to film a vlog in the hospital when it happens, because I want to get it on film. But after this hospital visit comes and I get rid of this kidney stone, none of you people in the comments can call me a scared coward anymore, because I will have experienced far, far more pain than any of you have, even if you're a woman, because you would have experienced childbirth, yeah, but this is worse. So I think I'm about to give you all the shut the fuck up card real fast.